In order to properly interpret the book of Revelation, there are some key elements that we must understand that most teachers I have found ignore. From the very first verse, we get two important leads, stating first that Father's message had been signified by his angel to his servant John. The Greek word signified is semeino, which means signs. A sign points to something. In other words, the prophecies were written in signs, or better yet, in codes. A case in point would be that when it is speaking of physical objects, these are actually code words for hidden meanings and are not always meant to be taken literally. Why would it be written in codes? Because obviously the Almighty knew the prophecies would end up in the enemy's hands, and he only wanted his Torah-observant covenant children who believed in Yeshua as Messiah to be able to properly interpret the prophecies. Secondly, we have to establish a timeline as to when the prophecies are to begin. And there are 2 verses in the beginning and 2 verses at the end of the book, which clearly answer this question. Revelation 1:1 states that the events will begin to shortly come to pass. The word shortly is takos in Greek and means quickly, speedily, or hastily. Verse 3 states that the time for the events to start to occur is near. The Greek word for near is egos, which means at hand, or ready to begin now. The book closes out by repeating these same Greek words in chapter 22, verse 6, which states that these events must begin to take place quickly, or takos. And verse 10 states, for the time is at hand, or egos. Here is even more confirmation. In Daniel chapter 12, he is told to seal up the words of his prophecy, for they are written about the time of the end. But in Revelation 22:10, John is told just the opposite, that he should not seal up the words of the prophecy, confirming again that the events are to begin to start being fulfilled in John's day. Further confirmation of the timeline is seen when we recognize who the prophecies were intended for. In Revelation 1:11, John is told to send the prophecy to the currently existing 7 churches in Asia, evidently to both chastise and encourage them to prepare to endure the prophesied judgments which would shortly begin to fall and be fulfilled, and for them to strive to obtain the promises given as overcomers. With all these key facts in mind, we need only to gain a proper understanding of world history and church history in order to uncover the complete timeline and where we are today. Just knowing why the churches today falsely interpret the entire book of Revelation to occur only in the last 3.5 years to the last generation is also a key element and can be quite a revelation in itself. Where could they have acquired such misinformation? For this is not what the Apostle John or the early believers or the Protestant reformers believed. Quite frankly, the prophecies have been being fulfilled in the order they were written since John was given the vision. So what has been fulfilled and how and where are we in the current timeline? I intend to answer these and many other questions very soon. I'm Bill Sanford, attempting to finally interpret John's prophecy of Revelation in our day.